My name is Dionne Thomas, and I'm a Zumba fitness instructor and a Zumba jammer. A Zumba jammer is a Zumba instructor who has been authorized by Zumba to create choreography and then teach it to other instructors. We go through a very rigorous training process, and they just make sure that we know the basics of each of the core dances and that we can put choreography together so that we can teach it to other instructors to bring to their classes. I was doing Weight Watchers, and so I'd lost a bunch of weight and I was feeling pretty good about myself. I was going to the gym regularly, and I always had in the back of my mind that one day I would like to be some kind of instructor. I remember that one of my mentors at the time, she told me, okay, they're having this instructor training, so what you should go to that. You would make a great instructor and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. You know, former chubby girl in the back row, like, my teacher likes me. It wasn't Zumba, it was a different format, but it put that seed in my head that, like, I think I could do this. A couple months passed by and I had a night where I couldn't sleep, which actually was happening quite often. It still does. And so I'm just tossing and turning, and I turned the TV on and it was the Zumba infomercial. And I was like, what is this? Like, that looks so fun. And they were on the beach and they had those colorful outfits on and all this stuff, and Beto was there, and it was like, I just wanted whatever that was, I wanted to be part of it. And lo and behold, one day I checked it, and there was now an instructor training that was just like a few towns away from me in Carlsbad. And I was like, oh, this is nearby. And then I was like, but I still don't have the money. And I remember, like, a few days later, I went to work and they had given us our bonuses, our annual bonuses, like a month or 2 months early, which had never happened before. So all of a sudden I got this bonus money, the instructor training is right down the road, and I was like, okay, I hear you. I'm gonna go to the instructor training. And so I went, and instructor training was my first Zumba class. And I just remember, oh my gosh, I had so much fun. And when I was done, all I wanted was to have other people do this with me. Like, this was so much fun. Let's, like, come with me and let me teach you this thing that I learned called Zumba. Learning to step out of my comfort zone, I think that was the biggest challenge for me. But I knew from my past that doing that is the way to get to the best part of life, you know, when you step out of that comfort zone. Like, you're very vulnerable up there when you're an instructor. It's like you put your heart and soul, you plan your playlist, you practice your moves, you get everything right, and then you're standing there and there are people there that will judge you, and they will say yes or no, like or, you know, depending on how they feel that day. Well, becoming a Zumba jammer wasn't something that I wanted right away, and I would attend jam sessions as, you know, a Zen member, and it would always, even if I couldn't remember the choreography that I learned at the time, it just always would refresh me and rejuvenate my passion for what I was doing. For me, it was a long waiting period to get a yes, to get approved to become a Zumba jammer. And during that time, it was again time for me to think about why I wanted to do it and where my confidence was in myself. When I had my first jam session, oh my gosh, it was It was so electric and it was so much fun. I just feel like this ripple effect of love. I want to make sure that I'm always giving a positive outlook on how to teach and where you can find, a position if you're looking for something, and how you can connect with other Zumba instructors and other communities and other, if you need another certification or anything like that, just a source of information and encouragement. And what really got me is seeing the joy that people would leave with. And I remember this one time this lady came to me, and it was after class, and she said, Dionne, I just want to thank you because my husband passed away last week, and this is the first time I've been able to smile since then. And that's when I started to realize that it was more than just people trying to lose weight or getting together, that it was really something that people could use as a tool to transform whatever was going on in their life, even if it was just to forget it for that hour. I mean, you still have to go back to your life, but knowing that I had a tool that could help people in a way that brought them joy, that was just more than I ever thought it was. So I don't feel like having that title makes me any more special or anything like that. It is just a job that I have decided to do because I felt like there was a need and I wanted to do it. I know that so often in the world, people are trying to be something, trying to fit into some kind of mold, or, who are you supposed to be, and trying to be that. And dance is not one of those things. You know what I mean? It's a natural thing that we do. I say all the time, like a baby, when they hear their jam, they're sitting in their car seat, they start getting their groove on, because I feel like it's our natural state. And somewhere along the way, maybe you got told this is silly, or boys don't dance, or girls don't move that way, good girls don't move that way, or whatever it is that kind of took that thing away from you. See, a lot of times people come to class, they hear a song or whatever, and immediately they get tense because they feel like they're not going to measure up, they're going to be judged, they're not going to do it right, they're going to whatever. And that freedom that comes when you just forget about all that and just let go and connect with that music, that primal thing that is within you. You're not thinking about anything, and you can just allow yourself to be free and let that music move you. Oh my gosh, it's so transformative. That's my thing, is like, I want people to stop trying to be perfect, because that's not a real thing, and just move. And if you do that on the dance floor, then you can do that anywhere. I feel like more than ever, we need to come together, right? And we need to realize that we are connected. And what I see just from research and from going to different dance classes and things like that is that there's this whole kind of cross-cultural thing that's happening. And you have people in Germany that love dance hall. And you have kids in Korea, they love hip hop. And so all this kind of like coming together of these different cultures and creating a new thing I just think it's beautiful. And, we have access to each other now in a way that we haven't had before. I hope that through dance, we will continue to come together. That's the one thing that I love about music, is that it brings us together, and right now we need that more than ever. I don't feel like I need to be around people all the time, but God, I just love people so much. I love humanity, and so for me, everything I do has to connect to service and serving people. So I can do any type of job if I can connect to how it serves. And that's why I love what I do, because it's just like this immediate feedback that my service has been appreciated. You know what I mean? After each song, when I get a woo, I'm like, yes. We're connected, and we might have a different skin color. We may have been raised differently or from a different country or whatever it is, but we're connected, and what I do affects you and what you do affects me, and there's just no denying that. And I think that the sooner people can realize that we're all here for each other, the better it's going to be. And so I feel like it's part of my mission through what I do to help people understand how we're connected. And so for my classes, I want, when people to come to my class, I want you to feel like you're connected to that. You're connected to the rhythm of the music, and you're connected to the rest of the people in the class. And that's what I try to create just wherever I go. What I hope that people would say about me is that she helped me know that who I am is just right. Like, who I am is good enough. So I want people to leave any kind of experience with me knowing that they didn't have to be anything other than who they are.